gonna tell you a story which will make a lot of sense if you're an introvert like myself, or it will make no sense at all if you're not. So we came to this resort and we rented a condo, me and my wife, yesterday. And they gave us a key card looking like this. So today in the morning, I wanted to come out to the roof and take a couple of pictures of sunrise. And then I decided to make a challenge of 30 days of swimming for my other YouTube channel. I remembered that I forgot a measuring tape. So we came out to the market to buy a measuring tape. And it turned out that I forgot this key card. So we came out about 6:30 or I think 7 a.m. 7 a.m. and we came back about 7:30 a.m. I forgot the key card, so we obviously could not get into the room. We had to go to the office of the condo, but they start working at 9 and it got my wife angry. And we were sitting and drinking coffee, I think, and discussing like, hey, what do we do next? Who's gonna go? And she said, you're gonna go. You're gonna go because you are the stupid one. You forgot the key. You forgot the key. You gotta talk to them. And I said, no, 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 no. You please go talk to them. You're just better at this naturally. So we had to sit and argue about this about 30 minutes till she gave up. And obviously, I could go talk to the management of the building, but I just didn't want to. I never feel like it. And stuff like this, I always throw to my wife's shoulders. And she asked me like, why? Why are you like this? We're staying together so many years and you always like this. And I said, because I'm an introvert. And I discovered that I'm an introvert pretty early. I was into these psychology books and I found, I think, some test in one of the books. And I was about 16 when I realized that I'm an introvert and I'm not good at talking with people. And besides psychology, my other passion was business or making money, building my own scene. I always wanted to have a company, a business, but for an introvert, it's obviously a challenge. Obviously, a challenge. So I will tell you a story how my first business idea failed that I just told my wife earlier this morning. So I was about 16 and my parents gave me a bicycle. My parents gave me a bicycle and I was driving around my parents' house, sometimes up to 30 kilometers radius. And I started noticing a lot of garbage that people were throwing away. Basically, you could find like a bus stop, a car battery, different stuff on the street. And riding around the neighborhood, I found out that some places were buying that stuff, like scrap metal yards, some recycling facilities, whatever. It was not that popular and not that obvious, and mostly homeless people were into that business. Yeah, recycling kind of like this. So they sorting out the garbage of the condo to sell plastic bottles. And I wasn't doing something like this. I was collecting beer bottles that my parents were drinking sometimes. And if I found like a car battery, I would bring it home. But being 16 years old, I just realized that garbage is kind of free. And this is a perfect business model where I can use like myself, my horsepower, my bicycle, and bring garbage to the destination. But I was an introvert. I was shy. I literally could not talk to strangers, especially grown ups. And I was feeling like, oh, they gonna shame me. They gonna shame me for asking a question like, how is it going? How much garbage should I bring? What is the price? How are we gonna handle the business? And at 16, I just couldn't do this. I just couldn't do this. So instead, I decided to bring all the garbage, all the good garbage like car batteries I found at the street into my mom's yard, basically in a backyard of the house. And I collected it and collected it and collected it. And I also collected like beer bottles they were drinking sometimes on Saturdays. And normally they were throwing away beer bottles, but I knew you could like sell it because when I was 9 years old, sometimes we were selling it for recycle with friends. And I kind of collected a lot of garbage, and I realized that basically on a bicycle you cannot bring that stuff anywhere because the recycling base was like 10 kilometers away from our house, and I could not possibly bring like 200 kilograms of garbage to the recycling point. I also collected some scrap metal from my grandpa's workshop, and it was a lot. It was over 100 kilos, maybe over 200 kilos of garbage. So I figured out that some of these businesses have a service. They come to you, weigh your garbage, and pay you at your place. So basically, all I needed to do was one phone call, and I was scared. I was scared to death to like call and ask for a business meeting, my first business meeting. So I wanted to do this like for days, and garbage was collecting and collecting and collecting. And later my mom said, okay, you gotta figure out what to do with this garbage. I don't want to see it in my yard anymore. So I had to make a call, but I couldn't. And I decided to ask my stepfather. He was a businessman, and he was always on the phone, sometimes 3 4 hours a day, just talking to strangers on the phone, fixing business matters. And I never could quite grasp it, like how is he doing it? And only later I realized that it's just either there or not there. He was always an extrovert. It's like his nature to speak with people. It's what he was always good at. And I was always bad at that part because I was an introvert. Basically, my stepfather said, no, I think it's stupid. And that was the answer. Later, they just took all my garbage, all my work, all my goods, and put to the trunk of their car and just threw it away in a dumpster. Yeah, that's how I lost my first money that I could earn with my idea, just because I didn't have it in me to take a phone and call to a stranger and arrange a business meeting. Yeah, later I fixed that problem, but when you're an introvert, speaking with people is taking a toll on you. I mean, an emotional toll. Now I can speak with people. I I can do normal work. I can work in the office. I tried working in the office. I tried even sales calls, different stuff, just to force myself to beat this problem. But later I realized that I was never happy with that because it was never for me. I just naturally don't have it in me. And even talking to my camera, I realized that later many people will watch this, but I'm in my room, I'm in my comfort zone, I'm fine with it. And that's a life savior. That's a life savior. You know why we're here? So my wife has a Facebook page, and it started growing. It's her second Facebook page. First, she grew till over 100,000 subscribers, and it got shadow banned. So she grew another one, but people are always asking her city content. So we came to this city for 1 month to try to revive her Facebook page. Right now, this Facebook page is bringing about $10 per day, but we want to grow it to basically 50 or $100 per day. We want to give ourselves a chance, and it's just one source of income. Basically, we have many YouTube channels, other social media, and We are self-sustaining. We are two introverts who don't really like to be bothered, who don't really like working for someone, and we escape our 9 to 5 slavery with this skill, talking to a camera or writing articles or basically creating content. And I just realized that it couldn't be any other way because I tried so many businesses. Maybe it will be a very long story if I talk about my businesses, but basically I had several offline businesses and I felt that I was never quite happy with this because I could not pack my business and just go to another city and stay there. And with this social media scene, I can. And it's liberating. It's amazing. Even though sometimes money is very low, very low. This month it's very low. But sometimes it's a good money. Sometimes it's $2,000-3,000 per month. Sometimes it's falling, so you have to diversify. You have to diversify your sources of income. It's good that when you are a couple, you can create like several sources of income with social media, and each person can do his or her own thing, and the money kind of accumulates. Look at this. This is my setup. Literally a microwave. Just a microwave. And I found it here and I used it. And I do have a microphone for a better sound, but actually I don't really need this. It's just for the quality. And this is my computer. It weighs about 1.5 kilos. And this is basically all stuff that I need to work. Seriously, look. It's mostly clothes. We have a gimbal for vlogging. It's not really big, not really heavy. We have some light. Yeah, but mostly clothes. We just came yesterday to this city. Mostly clothes. I also tried this, but I found out that I don't need it. Microwave is good enough. So what I'm trying to say is, look at this. Look at the setup. You can literally make these videos with your phone. And when you get monetized, YouTube will pay you for the views. But YouTube not really paying much. So we found out the hard way that we have to diversify. And the good thing is that all diversifying you still can do on your computer or your phone. Okay, let's not forget the key card. Let's come out. I want to go to the roof. It is kind of windy here sometimes, but I have a microphone, it should be fine. I just love the view and I want to share the view with you. This really inspires me. I love changing places, I love traveling. But sometimes life happens and we cannot afford it. But think about this. With this job, and it's obviously a job, it's not really a passive income, you have to do the grind. With this social media job, work, whatever, you can be anywhere, work from anywhere. You don't have to stay in traffic, you don't have to commute in the morning, you don't have to set alarm. It's on your terms. And you don't have to speak with people. In my last job, basically it wasn't a job, it was a family business. I was a CEO of a small company. I had to do a lot of phone calls, and I'm a grown up, I can handle this. But I never really liked it. I can suppress my feelings about this. I can do 10 calls a day, 20 phone calls a day if needed, if it helps the business that I'm running. But I don't want to. I never wanted to. And I guess that's why I wasn't really feeling happy. So I quit that business and I'm doing my own thing now. I'm making money with social media. And you might ask, like, dude, what are you talking about? This channel is like 18 subscribers. I don't know how many subscribers now. Comment down below. But actually I have 9 or 10 other channels. And some of them are monetized, some of them are not. I'm not only earning money from YouTube. I also write articles for the local social media that you don't know, similar to Medium. So when you diversify your sources of income from the internet, you can kind of hold on, and it is more or less stable, more or less stable. You can survive with this money, and if you're lucky, if you work hard enough, you can actually thrive. You don't need to just survive. It can bring more money than a 9-to-5 job. I never understood what is so stable about 9-to-5 jobs. They call it a stable job. But if you think about it, you are relying on somebody's business when you're an employee. And you basically assume that business will not fail. But how do you know this? You can be laid off any moment. You don't know the condition of the business you're working in. And how is that stable? How is that more stable than your own sin? So I think social media is a perfect business for introverts. Making these videos for potentially thousands or even hundreds of thousands of viewers. I had several videos with hundreds of thousands of viewers. It's easier than making one phone call where you have to interact with a stranger about business matters. Literally easier. I don't have anyone. I can say whatever I want. I'm holding a phone. It's not alive. I know you are alive. I know you're watching, you are alive. You have an opinion on what I'm saying, but I don't have to argue with you real time. And that's why it's so easy. Any introvert can do this. So the only unsolved problem for me always was, how do I make it stable? What should I do so the income doesn't fluctuate from $4,000 one month to $500 after 2-3 months? It has to be sustainable so you can enjoy your life and really travel anywhere, because sometimes income just drops and you cannot really really relax and enjoy the view. So I found out that nowadays paid communities are thriving. If you think about it, people are paying for subscriptions for Netflix, for Spotify, for, I don't know, other stuff, and it's a lot of money. And actually some people don't really care, because nowadays people in Western countries, they have a lot of disposable income, so they don't mind paying $10, $5, $20 for something monthly. And I started experimenting with these communities. I created my community and I just started charging $1 to test, would anyone pay me $1 monthly? And to my surprise, I already got 22 people with $1. Now I understand that obviously $1 was not really a good price. You know, you need 1,000 people to subscribe to get $1,000 per month, but it's something. So I found out that bigger creators, they use School. So what is School? School is a platform where you can create your paid community and easily charge for your courses, your mentorship, your coaching. Easily charge whatever you feel is fair. Some people are charging $1,000 per month. I still cannot grasp how they're doing it, but the stats don't lie. I can literally see communities where people paying hundreds of dollars for the content. The same content can be found free on YouTube, but you have to search, you have to grind. And when it's there, when audience trusts the creator and can go to one place to get all the knowledge, all the answers for the specific topic that you're specialized in, they're just ready to pay. I think anyone can pay $5, for example. Now I know that people have different levels of income and they can pay different prices. It depends on how valuable you make them feel your content really is. So I will experiment further, and I think I think $1 is not a great price to charge for my community. But anyway, you can start your own community. It's 14 days free trial. You can just test it. And if you like it, it's not that expensive. It's $99 per month. So about $1,200 per year. And if you think about it, there are not so many businesses you can start with this overhead and expand indefinitely. I hope that was useful, and if you want to know the story how I run several businesses as an introvert, definitely subscribe to the channel.